Hello everybody and welcome to AFR Tier 2 Round 9 at Austria. And as always, tonight with me I have Jacob Meister and I myself am Bandcamp.
It's good to be 2 weeks away, back at it again at Austria.
That's it. So I hope you enjoyed the first race, Tier 1. It was pretty hectic, to say the least. But we can hear some engines firing up.
Not Flamingo this time, always as usual.
Yeah, unfortunately a late withdrawal this evening.
One of a couple actually, sad to see, but still a decent grid, 15 drivers, and a new one as well in the Williams.
So Big Al, the first one out on track.
Be very interesting to see how qualifying goes. Austria's a track where you really need to push to get a good time.
Yeah. So I've just been informed we're in for a dry qualifying and a dry race.
That's a good change. It's been raining for the last few times, I think, yeah.
So yes, we have Cool Dino making his debut tonight.
Represent. Big Al coming around the starter's lap now. Hot on the hot lap ERS. Coming up to turn 1. Very hard to see the braking point sometimes if you're using racing line, but no problem usually. That glare onto the track really hurts. Having to overtake now. Comes uphill into this hairpin here. Tricky to get right sometimes and tricky to exit out of especially. He's got that well under control though. To the third DRS zone. This is looking pretty good so far, but still got the more technical part to come. Breaking downhill into the sweeping right-hander. And this is looking very, very tidy so far.
It's looking like a pretty strong lap at the moment.
Yep, just touching the curbs there. Getting that curb on the outside, not too bad. Last couple of corners very crucial here. It makes or breaks the lap, and it's not.
Oh, he's invalidated.
That you saw how close that was. Like, that's very unforgiving, right there. Those last two corners can really ruin your lap. There's max sense of 104.6. Alley for 104.9.
Red Panda coming around the last couple of corners. He's gone wide, but didn't invalidate his lap.
Psycho 107 flat, Saxa on the mediums 106.9, and Red Panda on the 105 flat. Newell 106 flat. Sometimes rolling in, we've got a racing point coming across now. That's a 106.8 for combat on the mediums, and I believe the Williams validated. It just started.
Zudik's up into 5th.
Nice. Some pretty competitive times here as well from up top. 104.6 is pretty good.
That's quicker than that.
Yeah. G's for 105.6 as well.
CK about to come across the line. 106.6 into 7th.
And we're going to see a lot of these very tiny gaps. He's only pretty much 200ths ahead of Zudix.
Keeper getting a bit out of shape. Got to settle lap time here. Up in the 6 of the 106.0.
Nice lap there. Yeah, Rafa coming across again. Doesn't improve. Sea Carrot.
I think he's starting his lap now. I think he's done a warm-up lap, so we'll stay on board with him. He's on the mediums.
Could just be filling out the track. Nothing wrong with that. You can probably get 4 runs in if you pick the softer compounds before you start. you get four sets of soft tyres. So it's kind of doable with how short Austria is, but nothing wrong with doing 3 runs on soft tyres.
Yeah, well, I tried to keep 2 sets of softs, mediums, sorry, just in case there was another safety car. And
Fair
just
enough.
do medium to the end. But
Yeah, it's another thing to consider, keeping extra tyres for the race. Pretty tidy lap, but
it's 4 seconds up. But
it's still not really that notable, but it's only his medium run. He's got a couple of soft tyres he can use.
really wanting to step out on him there. Keeps it under control. Where was putting it? I'll have it 6.5. So just behind Combat, the other driver that's still a medium run.
Yeah, that's pretty decent.
Alright, so we have Matt. He's on his outlap at the moment, so he's partway around the track.
Just watching Skins just nearly hitting the Williams. Miscommunication with it, anyway. Yes, Matt currently the points leader in the championship. He's got a pretty healthy lead right now. 120 points, 13 points ahead of second place, which is Ellie. Still pretty tight up top, so
Starting his lap now. Let's see if he can improve.
he backed down to high ARS pretty early there in the first straight. It's not something I've seen. And now bumping into overtake. Could just be a different way of making the ARS fit through the lap, because sometimes if you leave it in hot lap, it just runs out and you get none towards the end. So
Ooh, he's got a bit deep at the hairpin. Is that going to cost him?
we're not going to know how much until the end of this sector, which is pretty long. Small
He's
lock up
still
there.
pushing.
Must not be too far behind. Also, Big L sitting at
A lot of those
104.8.
curves, very bumpy out there.
Extremely. It's off-putting, to be honest. And he is up.
Marginally up, but a bit scruffy there.
It's how much balls you want to take that corner, and he did that pretty well.
Ooh, he takes a lot of curve and it's invalidated the lap.
Yeah. And it's so easy to bottle with a lap around here in that last turn. Just a little bit too much inside or outside. No matter though, no matter. Plenty of time, 9 minutes left in the session. No notable changes. Big L up to second though. Sex's still out on the medium tyre. Nothing crazy. You see just how tight it is between 8th and 11th. Wow. It's like a few hundredths there. Flag, and that's a Williams spun around. Just recovering now. Very easy if you get too much curve coming out of the first turn to get a bit of oversteer and just spin the car around.
So Skins. Sorry, I got a bit distracted there.
You're fine.
Information. But yeah, so Skins now about to start his lap. Currently in 6th place. We've got 105.4.
He's currently tied with Newell on the point standings as well, both with 81 points, so he's looking to finish ahead of him this time round. He comes around to start his final lap. Thrashing in 7th gear, and there you go, Too much in that first turn.
Yep. Just seeing the comments. Stampy Cap, can I please join? Well, we are still taking some members. Only a handful of places left, so if you are living in New Zealand or Australia, please feel free to head over to the Discord. I think the link is in our description on our channel.
was looking for the drivers, and Big Al and Ali have both improved their laps, getting closer to Matt's time, but still not quite there. Other than that, the Williams still looking to set a time in the pits currently. Sea Carrot's out on the soft tyre.
Is about to complete a lap. Oh, he's invalidated in the last corner.
He was just up as well coming out of the second sector.
Yeah. So, I've seen a few guys do that now.
Cycle.
Let's drop down to Zudix, who's currently on an outlap. In 11th place with a 106.0, just behind Psycho, so very tight. And then you've got CK as well.
Indeed, yep. And Sea Carrot's improvement there for 105.997. Again, it's going to be super tight between these drivers.
Alright, here we go. So coming up into turn 1.
That's pretty responsible there.
Yeah. A little bit late on the DRS, but
Hundredths, thousandths, yeah.
it's 2/10 up. It's carried a lot of speed in there, but pulls it up quite nicely.
It hurts more than you think to go a bit deeper sometimes, but it may not be too bad. See how it
Got
pans
some
out.
traffic coming up. This is going to be awkward.
That was so close to the McLaren of Sea Carrot.
Combat getting out of the way.
Good man.
Being such a short track, that is very common around here. Hopefully he's lost a bit of time. He's still up.
Yeah. Dirty year from combat, possibly. There's Big Al, sits at 104.5. Hello.
Oh, he's
Ooh.
gone wide.
Just a little bit wide, yep. Oh, he's got time for another run if he dives back into the pits.
Yeah, I think he's just getting out of the way.
Yep.
But he'll be disappointed with that. But there's still plenty of time.
Matt's just invalidated his run. Ali's on an outlap right now.
Jump up with Ali. He's coming around the final corner now. He's gone
Ooh.
deep.
That's gonna hurt, yeah. Like a 10 for the most, really.
Taking a lot of curb and too much speed.
He hasn't invalidated. Oh, he's back
No,
off.
he's back out. Good sportsmanship there.
Yeah, that's kind of weird because you can kind of break even in those spots. There's a Alfa Romeo off in the last corner. Let's keep it.
Oh, this is not going to go well. Oh, he makes
Does
it.
he get him over? Hello? Oh. That's dicey because it's very easy to get disqualified for driving the wrong way in these sessions.
It is.
So how that's pretty ballsy, but yeah.
Sachs is invalidated.
You're gonna see a lot of that, and also into the race, probably a few more penalties because of this as well. It's so easy to invalidate because you just need to push harder and harder because Austria is not a hard track to go around, but to be fast is another thing entirely.
That's right. So we'll just stay on board with him. We'll see if he's got enough juice to go around again, or if he'll come into the pits.
Oh, and the Williams did set a lap as well, 107 flat. It's good to be on the board at the very least.
So he's going again.
Very quick driver in tier 2. Should see him jump up if he gets this right.
Gets very tail happy there.
It looked like he had that under control most of the way, but I tell you what, it's very easy to lose control of these cars.
He's almost matching his time with that mistake as well, so
Shows he's got a lot of time to find, a few tenths probably. Said he hasn't got a lot of time to find that time.
That was nice through there.
Definitely as he comes in through this left-hander. Easy to carry too much speed and hit this curbing and just lose some time, but it's okay.
He missed his sector 2 split.
Yes, I was too busy watching. Not running too wide there. Just okay on that last turn.
Looks like it might be good time.
105.4.
5.4, so he improves by 6/10, putting him into 8th place.
It's gotten him somewhere, that's good. He's got more time to find, that's for sure, but if he can get another run in, which I don't know if he can.
Well, I've just jumped up to Newell, who's pretty much on par with his best lap so far. Still pretty much matching his best.
Yep. Matt has not improved on his first lap and is still trying to improve on it. Oh, and he dives in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt's about to try and improve on his lap here. He hasn't validated yet. I say that he...
Let's see what his split is.
Bunch of yellow flags popping up. Getting out of the way of others. It's pretty much equal.
2 1,000ths down.
I tell you what, that must have been a cracking lap as Red Panda's hit to 104.5 now. This is very tight. I tell you what, that was really quick, that last few corners though.
And he does improve.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
104.4.
And I tell you what, that would have been good for midfield tier 1 really.
Yeah.
Newell retires, you can drive into the pits.
Drop down with Ali, who's about to start his lap. What can he do being in the title fight?
Yeah, both Red Bulls, 1 and 2 in the points champs. He's living it up there, but he needs to keep scoring. The top 3 separated by less than a tenth right now. And looks like the timing's a little bit out of sync for me. I don't know if it's the same for you.
Yeah, I think there'll be like a minute extra. Just because of that start timing glitch.
Yep. Most people will be on their last runs now though. So again, we'll wait for the checkered flags to pop up by their names as they cross the line. Hasn't happened yet, so they're still fine.
So Ali catching up to the back of Zudix. Zudix getting out of the way. The session has now finished.
Combo rat first across the line.
And he just misses out on the pool.
And Big Al, 104.3.
Wow.
Here we go.
Well,
Skins.
Matt is having another go.
Skins up at the 4th. 104.7. There's Matt going. His first sector was okay. Seacard about to cross the line as well. Psycho behind. Seacard's invalidated. Psycho's invalidated. Next is Keeper. He's invalidated.
Matt is 2 1,000ths down. Oh, he takes a lot of curve and that's it. That's it. Too much. Invalidated.
We just saw about 5 drivers invalidated on their last runs. Shows you how scary this can be. How unforgiving this track can be.
Yeah, such a fine line.
I think I just saw one of the... Is it a... Yeah, that's a Force India, or not a Racing Point. Crashed onto the first sector, but no harm to anyone. Sex are the only one really who's just sort of limping around at this point.
So I think that concludes our qualifying for this evening. So Big Al taking pole with a 104.375. Just in front of Matt with a 104.498. And then Red Panda in third with a 104.5. So, very tight there. Should make for a very interesting race.
Skins just ahead of Rally as well. That's 200ths of a second.
Yeah.
Said it was going to be tight between some drivers. There you go.
That's not a bad time from Gordino. Even though he is last, he is very new to the game. So going up against some experienced people. So, Consistency is what you need first. That's right. Oh. So then we had Skins in fourth, followed by Ali, Combat, Jez, Newell, Saxa, Keeper, rounding out the top 10 there. So then we have C Carrot, CK80, Psycho, Zudix, and Cordino rounding out the grid there. So C Carrot and Down have free tyre choice, so it'd be interesting to see if anyone starts on the mediums.
Yes, the hard tyre not really a choice here. You can get to the end with soft mediums.
Yeah, and 1 second covering the top 8.
Short track, always going to be tight, but shows it's going to be a good close race, hopefully.
With 3 DRS zones as well.
Indeed. If you were watching the Tier 1 race, you may have seen a massive train for most of the race, actually. I think towards the end there was still a good few drivers battling it out. 2 things to note, just as drivers are sorting out their strategies and tyres. The ERS management here is very important. You lose ERS a lot quicker around here than most other tracks. And leaving it on medium, which is what it's easy to do, it's fine, but it's very easy to have no ERS when it comes to battles if you do that. Also, fuel management as well, being able to leave it in rich revs down the straights as well. Who's going to do that? Who's going to have enough fuel to keep doing that as well? Because you can burn through fuel here. Be very interesting to see how everybody approaches their race here.
Yeah, ERS management around here is very difficult and pretty critical as well, especially with the DRS zone. So if you're in a train, then it's not so bad. You can kind of, save up behind, but you just got to use it wisely.
Definitely, and you can still, even if you're not in a train, still save ERS, but it's keeping the pace up and trying to catch up to other people at the same time. It's hard to be quick and efficient with the ERS, and it really shows, especially at Austria. As we continue to wait for our drivers to get ready, there we go.
Yes.
And among all this, also keeping it clean. Very easy to get warnings around here and penalties.
That's right, and braking, damaging your wing in the braking zones.
Oh, yes. Now, even because I had this as well, where I damaged my front wing, you have to brake earlier as well. I never really knew that, actually.
Yeah.
But it can catch people out, and that's the sort of thing that will cause further accidents. And
are you able to send him a quick invite?
I don't have him. That'll be up to you.
Okay, so just 1 moment, please. Sorry.
It looks like we have a driver that's left the session. It looks like everybody's still going around as normal, so we'll see what happens here.
Oops, sorry about that. Just whacked my mic on the steering wheel.
Anyway, so normally when this happens, we would do a restart if a driver does disconnect. So we just got to see what happens. For now, everyone has chosen to start on the soft tyre, assuming we do go ahead. But as it is, nobody's left and everybody's still...
I don't see his name.
I'm just going to hop down really quick and see what's going on.
Yeah. Well, it's clear skies, so hopefully he he's able to rejoin. You can just jump down to the voice chat if you like. But they are making their way to the grid, so they might be waiting to see if his car actually appears on the grid. So
Sorry about that, I was stuck muted. So he did get back in and he was able to select this car, so we're just going to see what happens.
is his car on the grid?
Well, I can't see it, but if he was able to select it, well, he is back, so I'd assume it would be a restart.
We have 5 red lights and we are away, and there's a very bad start from the Toro Rosso, forcing the Ferrari out onto the grass. Oh,
yeah, and there you go.
Alright, well, sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen, but
Memphis in the lead, jeez. Okay.
we will be back in a moment, so please bear with us. Right, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We are back and running. Hopefully, we don't have any more issues and it's all pretty straightforward from here. Fingers crossed.
I don't know, I like that start last time around. There was only 4 drivers left after the first turn.
That's it. Well, I mean, look what happened with the Melbourne Grand Prix, that they held the virtual Melbourne Grand Prix and they had to restart because Lando Norris's game crashed. So, not just us.
Yeah, exactly. This game sometimes is just a pain, but we're here. We're still playing it.
That's it. So the drivers are having to remember to load their setups, get everything sorted.
Top 10 should all be starting on softs as well.
Yep.
So a side effect that we don't really want, but it's just something we live with, is that after qualifying, the top 10 start on the tyres they qualified with. However, because we had to restart the lobby, they now start on fresh tyres. It's not a massive thing, really, but
it can contribute to a little bit.
Yeah, like small bits here and there, weird scenarios where, if I didn't have to pit, then the safety car, that sort of thing.
And also, especially on tracks where the softs don't last very long, it's even more critical. And sometimes people, try to qualify 11th because of that.
Yeah, it does sort of put them at a disadvantage, but at the same time, there's also, especially here in Austria, the undercut is a very interesting thing. So this is also going to make things interesting for the tyres. Like how are people going to react now? Going to see later pit stops now, I guess.
Yeah. So drivers now starting to ready up. So hopefully not too far away from some action.
So they all pull away for the formation lap. So rough numbers, soft tyres, roughly around 14 laps from fresh. You can obviously go a couple of laps earlier though. If you do get wing damage around here in the first few laps, you can take hards to the end very easily. And the hards aren't too much slower. They feel totally fine around here in all honesty, but it's not something you want, obviously. You should see drivers pulling into the pits around 12 to 14 for medium tyres.
So they're taking it very cautious on the formation lap.
No one trying to break the norm either. Everyone's starting on the soft tyre.
Yeah, so no one opting to go for that alternate strategy.
Probably a good play. If you do get damaged at the start, then with the medium tyre, then it's... You've lost out on using the softer compound, and now you have to run a harder compound. It's no good.
Yeah. So coming to the end of the formation lap now.
AI takes over.
Yeah, taking over at that walkover, crossover thing.
The sign, I always call it.
Well, if you've ever been to a track that's normally a path for people to walk from the inside to the outside of the track. Sometimes.
I see, yeah. That makes sense.
Alright. So hopefully the Toro Rosso can get off the line a bit better than they did before. So the last couple of cars lining up.
Go.
So we have 5 red lights. And we are racing.
Zudok's getting a very good start at the back on the inside of CK.
Skin's going up very tight. 3 wide, there's a bit of contact.
I think there was Sea Carrot there sending it through turn 1.
Everyone seems to have made it through.
Oh, look at this tussle for third place here.
Yeah. Oh, the Red Bull being forced out onto the curb.
It's nearly 3 wide.
Oh, there's contact. There's big
Ali.
piles up.
I think there was Matt and Ali that tapped there. Ali just got compromised a little bit. Mule on the outside of combat there. Gets the move done for 7th. And Matt's
having a
fallen
dive. There's contact, there's wing, and the Renault's lost an end plate.
Ooh, I didn't quite catch it, but I think somebody sent it into those guys. Domino effect there.
So this has all helped Big Al out in front by 2 seconds already.
Skin starting 4th up into 2nd. Red Panda holding 3rd. Jez from 7th to 4th. Ali down to 5th, and Matt from 2nd to 6th. What was that 2nd? I think I did. Can't remember.
So as we saw at the start of the Tier 1 race, a big train, everyone staying within touching distance. We have an Alfa Romeo and a Racing Point going side by side.
Let's keep on Combat still side by side. Combat's got a little bit of a run. Surely close the door on Keeper there for 9th place. Keeper's the attack.
Has a look up the inside. Oh, very tight. Keep it clean.
He makes sure to leave enough room. Good on him. So Mule onto the hard tyre. Red Panda's right on Skins, but I don't think he can make a move here. So far through to the start of the 3rd sector.
Oh, he's right on his gearbox.
Yeah, I don't know if he made a small mistake after the 3rd DRS zone, but
And the 2 Red Bulls right behind. Look at Jez as well, up into 4th.
yeah, seemed to capitalise on whatever happened at the start, really.
It's still very, very new to the league, and he's putting in some good performances.
DRS is now available to the drivers now. It's a big train, we're going to start seeing effect. Actually, it's going to split off into 2. And there's the first of what I think will be quite a few penalties tonight. Psycho for 3 second time penalty.
Jez having a look at Red Panda.
Ooh, he's got a run. Chooses the outside line here. Red Panda goes deep. Covers him off pretty well. Compromises Jess's exit, and that's pretty good.
That was good racing there, leaving just enough space. And the Red Bulls right behind as well.
I don't know how they don't have any damage. That's pretty miraculous seeing how much they got involved in. Meanwhile, back in the 7th sector, the head of another train there.
Big Al sets the new fastest lap out in the lead, 108.0. 2.5 seconds now in his lead. Over Skins, who's under increasing pressure from the train behind.
Oh, and that's Matt with a 3 second time penalty. Also just saw Zudix just pretty easily take CK for 11th place.
Jez having to go defensive with the Red Bulls very aggressive right on his gearbox. He's falling out of the slipstream with the Ferrari as well.
Yeah. This is going to hurt the Red Bulls as well if they keep fighting Jez too long here.
So Jez doing well to hold that inside line.
Combat making a move on Seeker for 7th place here, does so.
He's side by side now. Ali having a look, but he's forced to the outside. He's trying the undercut. He's having a go. They're side by side. There's contact.
Ooh.
Ali has gone round. I think he's kept it out of the wall, but he's going to have to be careful of the traffic and not to spin again.
Well, those tyres.
Torosso just squeezes through. So that's Ali. He's lost out a lot there. Too eager to try and get past Jez.
Well, no damage, but I tell you, those tyres will be not very good for a little bit.
Yeah, they'll definitely be feeling it. So we'll just drawn back up with Red Panda now, who's got a bit of a gap to Jez behind. So now he can really focus on trying to attack Skins. So he's trying to save up ERS at the moment. So when he does make his move, he can really push.
Oh, I just cut the keeper. He just broke way too deep, but luckily avoided everybody. And there's the 3-second time penalty. Yeah, Jez just got a little bit sideways going into the left-hander there, and it just compromised him. And then Ali tried to get a wee gap on the inside and just barely touched. It's very unfortunate. And all that battling has made Jez drop off of Red Panda now. And now Matt is starting to catch up to the Mercedes. Further back, Saxa is right on Sea Carrot here, coming into the second last turn.
Also got Ali right behind Zudix trying to recover.
This would be a good recovery drive here. Don't know if it's Häkkinen-esque, but it's up there if you can do it. Oh, small mistake there coming up the first turn. Still keeps that DRS though, that's important. So Big Al still the leader, 2-second gap to Skins in second place. Red Panda not letting go of Skins at all. And Jez 2 seconds behind in fourth place, with Matt on his heels now.
Let's jump up with Matt. Oh, he's gone a little bit wide.
Yeah, a little bit hairy coming out of that. The left-right complex.
Oh, the rear doesn't look very stable at the moment.
No. It's one thing having a decent hot lap set up, but then when it comes to the actual race and the tyres start to wear, it can be a bit painful sometimes.
Oh, there we go! Oh, good save. Good
Very
save.
good save.
But you can see now he's cooked those rears. He's going to have to be cautious to try and cool them down without losing too much time.
He may have to pit a little bit earlier for medium tyres here, you'd feel. Meanwhile, Ali and Zudix battling out into the first hairpin. And Ali does get the move done on Zudix for 10th place, back to the points. Sax is right beside Sea Carrot now. Sea Carrot does get the better of that as Red Panda gets a 3-second time penalty. And oh, here's a bit of a moment. Oh, he spun.
Who spun?
Red Panda.
Oh, he has too. He's in a very dangerous position.
He stops. That's almost the worst thing he could do there.
He's just going to have to wait. He's going to have to wait. Oh, this is so painful.
No, if he kept going there, he could have been able to rejoin possibly, but easy to say from our perspective. That's very unfortunate for Red Panda.
Oh, he's gone around.
He's practicing his Formula Drift skills here.
Oh, and almost collects the Alfa Romeo Psycho there. So Psycho doing a great job to avoid that.
Oh my god. And that's just unfair. As he gets another 3-second time penalty. Oof.
Well, someone's got to clip that, surely.
I tell you, I spun on that second last corner into the pits a few times on the TL1 race, and it is painful, I tell you.
Seacrest having a look at Saxo. He's gone very deep. He's had to take to the grass. They're side by side. He's compromised his exit, and Saxo holds on for the time being. Now Seacrest under pressure from the Alfa Romeo, who has a look up the inside.
Ooh.
And he gets that move done.
Opportunistic as always, but it's a good move. And Saxa and Seacarrot have had a really good battle over the past few laps.
Seacarrot, there's contact between the Red Bull and the McLaren. No retirements. They've both lost their wings, though. That's big damage. That's Ali as well involved.
That's a virtual safety car. There's a lot of damage out there. And I didn't see the Red Bull's perspective, but it just looked like he just went right into the McLaren.
Oh, that's very unfortunate.
And suddenly a lot has happened very quickly, and just saw Ali pull into the pits there. Now, we've been notified to use the slip lane, the right-hand side of the track. You don't have to do it in the normal game, but it's what we've just been doing as part of this league. However, Ali just had a little wing damage there and probably couldn't make it around fully.
It's mainly that people make it clear that they're pitting, so people can see that there's discrepancy in that speed through the corner.
Because you can still take the corner normally, but want to go into the pits. It's just letting the other drivers know.
sectors just to make it fairer and a bit safer for everybody, as the safety car has ended.
Now, everybody on the soft tyre has not had an accident. Everybody down has. And as you can see, that's a lot of people.
Jez now starting to struggle with the rears. Matt right behind him. He's got a good run on him here. So yes, thank you for that camera angle. Let's look at his rear wing open.
Matt side by side and going inside his wing pretty deep.
There's contact, but they keep it okay.
No damage for Matt as well. The invincible Red Bull.
Front wing, son.
Oof. I tell you, he's not having a good time on those soft tyres.
He's just wanting to get past, but Jez is doing a great job of keeping him behind.
And Jesus' car does look a lot.
Drop down to Keeper and Saxa side by side.
Keeper gets a really good run. Is it enough? Oh, he's got the inside line though.
Inside line. And he gets the move done.
Oh. Good save there, Saxa. Just getting a little sideways. You'll have to exit the free. That's a Toro Rosso. That's Big Al. He's also spun the second last turn. Wow.
He's made it into the pits. Well, I didn't see that, but I think we'll accept that because he was already inside the pit wall. So, well, luckily it didn't end up so bad for him, but he's still going to have lost out to skins, you would imagine.
And that's three of the front runners making mistakes or just getting some sort of damage and having to pit now.
Well, it's all bad news for Ali and Big Al, as Matt, the current leader for Tier 2, still in third. Skins
as well in that fight for the points.
Yeah.
This can really make things even more topsy-turvy than usual, but Skins also getting a bit of oversteer here. Everyone seems to be struggling a little bit with these soft tyres as they wear.
Yeah, they do become a bit sensitive as they wear, so...
One thing to watch out for, second to last turn, the curb can really just throw your car into a spin. And we've seen that a couple of times.
Might just drop down... I want to keep an eye on this, but also Sea Carrot and Newell getting very close. I think I'm going to drop down.
Yeah, Newell just got a really bad exit out of that turn. Zudix gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. First one to pit off softs as well. I think he's made the right cut.
Is a bit of a thing, so hopefully that can move him closer to the guys in front.
And with these softs going off dramatically, it's a really good call here, actually.
We've also got Red Panda and Ali going at it.
Yes, so we're getting
side through the corner, through the last corner.
And he gets DRS, Red Panda. But Ali should stay on for DRS in the next straight, which he does.
So jump back up with Sea Carrot now because he's been harassing Newell for some time. Goes up the inside, there's contact. Can he pull it up in time? Very close. Newell gets a better exit, but he's still going to be under threat from Sea Carrot.
Yeah, well played to both of them through their turn. You could tell Sea Carrot was probably a little bit spooked by that contact. His contact gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Also pitting off the soft tyre.
A bit of a run now. But still not able to get past. Harley's back in front of Red Panda.
So Big Al's, I think, around 25 seconds behind.
Sea Carrot getting a bit tail happy there. Drop back down to Red Panda and Ali.
Yeah, if you're going to make a move, what you make it? You don't want your opponent to get DRS and just pass you again. Red Panda really wanting to let Ali know that he is there.
And Matt has come into the pits.
So some people seem to be sticking pretty hard to their 14 lap soft stint here. We may see more people drop in now. Yep, Keeper does pit as well. CK80, he stays out. So Skin's still the leader, 7 seconds up Jets, over Jets.
Sea Carrot all over the back of Mule at the moment. Mule doing a good job to keep him behind. He is on the hard tyre as well.
Big up Matt are just fighting it out for 4th place right now. They just exited side by side for the pits.
I've jumped up with that battle now.
Looks like Matt has to let him go though, but... And Ali gets a 3-second time penalty. Now Big Al hasn't got a penalty and Matt does as well. So where was Matt? He was, I think, 5th? I can't remember.
Oh, there's a lot of commotion going on down here.
Ooh.
Oh, we've got a McLaren that's gone off. Red Panda's involved. Mule's involved. Ali's there. Dust being kicked up. Mule doing everything he can to try and hold on to that position. Gets the undercut. Oh.
Mule could leave maybe a little bit more room backing tyres, but no damage. Very close, very tight racing, and Red Panda does get the move done. 11th place. And Jesus pitted now. Memphis and CK staying out. Is this the play? Well, they're losing time to Big Al, it has to be said.
So Ali and Red Panda get past Mule and Sea Carrot so they can resume their battle as Mule comes into the pits. It says these hards are not for me.
Now, Skins has lost 4 seconds to Big Al over the past couple of laps. Or 3 seconds, sorry, I should say, but...
And he should be coming in.
But this battle might just save them as Matt passes Big Al for 3rd.
Yeah, so Skins comes into the pits.
This is going to be interesting to watch.
So CK80 just in front of Matt at the moment.
This is going to be very tight.
What's CK going to do?
They're going to come out
He's
side
coming
by
into the
side.
pits as well, so they've got to be careful here. This is what we're talking about.
Yeah. That's why that's in place. And I tell you what,
If we didn't have
like
that
Skins.
rule, that could have been a lot more messy because he could have. They might have thought he was just being defensive. So
Skins having to go off track to avoid the lead car. The lead car is ghosted, I believe. Skins just playing it safe though.
Big Al making the move on Matt. They're still side by side, but he's got the better traction. Matt's going to have DRS now. Feels like a bit of a Red Bull show here at Austria.
So Big Al not losing out too much from his small wee accident coming into the pits. Has got older mediums, but we'll see how the tyre fall off affects the last part of the race, I guess. Skins 4 seconds ahead. Matt right behind Big Al, 2nd and 3rd respectively. Jez in 4th, Combat 5th, Keeper in 6th. Zudix in 7th place as well. Sax at 8th, CK80 in 9th, and Ali running up the top 10. Red Panda dropped off a little bit from them there. So, contrary to the past few races, there is not going to be any rain. Nothing to mix things up, so just going to get some good driving here as Matt coming right up on Big Al. He's going to have a dive.
He's sent it up the inside. It's almost a Verstappen and Leclerc.
Yeah. Take a look exactly like it, but Matt does get the move done. And Big Al will hold on for third.
As we see Cool Dino getting out of the way there.
And this fighting between Big Al and Matt has let Jez close the gap. It's pretty close to DRS range here. As Newell sits at 107.8, fastest lap. And anybody who hasn't made an accident, that'd be Keeper and Zudix especially, doing pretty well here on the points.
That's right.
CK82.
dropped down to CK80 actually. It's right behind Saxa on medium tyres. While Saxa is on hard, so he's got the advantage at the moment, and they're fresh too, so he's done well. Oh no,
Ooh.
Saxa! Oh, and he's gone.
dear.
He's in the wall. He's out of this race.
We need to stop cutting to people. That's a safety car.
And it's a full safety car.
Okay,
Oh,
wow.
So
They
this is
changed
going to bring
things.
everybody back into it.
I don't think this allows anything funny with tyres.
Is Newell a lap down?
No. Ooh, he did have to take another pit stop.
But I don't know he's not. He's not a lap down yet. So this is very important for him to go as quickly as he can to try and catch back up.
Yeah. Safety car should let him by. Yep, green light so he can go by.
Go past, son. Go past.
If you haven't come across this scenario before, you can probably forgive him for not knowing, in all honesty.
Yeah.
CK80 drive-through penalty for speeding.
Well, they will have a delta.
Yep, so every car has a delta. They can't go too fast under the safety car. While they're trying to catch the queue, I believe for the first lap or so,
Well,
until it catches the leader.
That's right, and Skins is now caught up, so that delta should now be gone.
Now, I don't think anybody's going to try pit and do anything crazy, but a few people have come into the pits. Anybody on hards may want to go into mediums.
Red
Soft
Panda
tyres
and
don't
Harley.
quite last. Yep, so that's what they've done. Psycho stayed out, but apart from that. Now, if everybody bunched up, this will be pretty good.
So
So
Newell
it's
not
fun.
far behind Red Panda, so they should be able to catch, I reckon.
Yeah, and they're not losing out too much in the first place, really. Being that far back. They've only lost one spot each, actually, so...
Well, here's our... Instead of rank, we've got a safety car to mix it
Oh,
up.
there we go. Considering every tier 2 race has been pretty interesting so far.
It's such
Is
a
that
tight
a-
competition, and we have
A racing point?
combat. Why?
What's he doing?
Unless he hadn't... Oh, I
Did he-
don't know if that's the right decision, man.
Now,
I mean, what am I doing? I shouldn't comment on anybody's strategy. Because every time I do...
no, he's serving a penalty.
5 second.
Yep. Soft tyre. Where does he come out?
It could work. Is he going to come out in front of the Ferrari? Oh, it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. But no, he misses out there.
But he is going to be on the soft tyre. But the fall off on the soft tyre, and we've already seen how brutal it is as soon as the 5 seconds penalty there. We've already seen how brutal the fall off can be and how hard it is to control the car as the tyres do wear and heat up. So making spots is one thing, but holding on to them is another.
And I believe the safety car will be in at the end of this lap. So it looks like Newell should be able to catch back up.
He should. He's able to go at full pace here. He should catch up.
We should get a message shortly saying the safety car is in.
It's just past the end of sector 2. It's going to be another lap.
Oh, and we have wing damage.
Oh, who's that? Psycho, Sea Carrot.
Psycho has gone into the back of Sea Carrot. And the safety car's in this lap.
Ah, okay, there we go. My bad.
Oh, that is terrible timing. Oh. And there's a collision with Big Al and Jez.
Jez. No, not Jez.
And the leaders make their move.
We can start Red Panda getting a nice run on Sea Carrot there. We'll take 8th place pretty easily here.
I don't see any damage on Jez's front wing.
No, Jez is fine. Psycho did get some damage though. And he has been held to serve his penalty. Oh, well, they know it's into the wall as well, I think.
That's unfortunate on his race
Being a-
debut.
Being a lap down as well, it's pretty tough to keep going at that point.
Yeah.
Props to him for sticking it out and getting this far.
And massive improvements since he joined the practice session with us. So, main thing is to keep his head down, getting those laps in. So, onwards and upwards, my friend.
Definitely. Not a good day for Williams, I think. But, anyway, moving on. Skins still a leader. And actually, I think of the field so far, Skins has probably been one of the few drivers to keep his nose clean. Just the perks of being in the lead.
And sets a new fastest lap of 107.6.
Oh, Red Panda on Zudix here for 6. Breaks way deeper than Zudix. Gets it done.
Zudik's probably trying to just keep out of trouble. Maybe try and stick on the back of Red Panda and let him tow him around. So still no DRS. It should be available. Oh, and he's hit the back of Red Panda. And he's damaged his wing. Oh
no.
And we have a safety
Ali
car.
backed up.
We have another safety
Why?
car.
Now, the Williams was already cleared from the track, so it can't have been that. I guess maybe it was? Maybe it's just late? Well, all of a sudden, Combat's early pit is now my mastermind plan.
That's right. Well,
He's fine.
A little bit of me is cautious because there has been a Codemasters bug before where a safety car comes out and then it does 2 laps, like you do 2 laps after it comes in, and then it comes out again. So hopefully that's not the case.
Keeper, Mule, both pitting. McLaren pits as well, C carrot.
And the field's so bunched up now, so you're going to go all the way to the back.
Another thing to point out with the field being bunched up, most people have penalties now, especially with those couple of incidents under the safety car.
That's right.
People without penalties, Skin's obviously one of them, but anybody else, I think Jez was fine. I don't know about Keeper.
So Zudik selected not to pit with the damaged wing. Psycho, however, did. And he's got another penalty.
I tell you, under the rush of it all, he might not have even noticed. And honestly, a broken wing around Austria, you can live with it. But obviously not fixed.
And he's going to have people on fresh softs behind him. Well, it's all to play for. Mule, after being some way back from the lead, is now right back in the mix. As well as Ali. 4 lap hold mediums in 7.
Keeper's pitted for fresh mediums, which is interesting. He might not have had a fresh set of softs, actually.
Possibly.
Big Al and Zudix are the oldest mediums. I'm surprised they didn't make a move, to be honest.
C-Carrot spun turn 1. That's why. It's a safety car.
Okay.
According to Mikhail. So, thanks for spotting that. One of our eagle-eyed viewers. While we're in this bit of a lull, if you haven't clicked the follow button or subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube, then please do so. It really helps us out. Hope you're enjoying the content we're providing.
Indeed. Keeper did pit for softs in the end. Don't know if that was just a mistake, but before he should catch up.
Just trying to go through and have a look at everybody's front wings. So they all seem to be intact except for Jez. Oh no, sorry, Jez fixed his. It's Zudix.
Zudix,
Apologies.
yes. Again, that looks like it's only going to be a yellow front wing. You'd probably lose a 10th with that. It only really hurts in the second sector, really, these long sweeping corners. Around the hairpins you barely even notice.
Yeah.
And safety car isn't in... Ooh. Red Panda just teleported there. That's pretty scary.
Yeah, he's struggling a bit with lag there. Leave some room, boys. So, getting ready for the restart now. Skins is very close to the safety car. He really hasn't let the safety car go at all. I'm not sure about his thinking about it.
I'm watching his throttle. No, he's fine.
He's gone.
And look at the start. Big Al way behind them.
We've got an incident. Psycho's got damaged wing again.
So Psycho and Seeker must have had an altercation there.
Hey.
For all this, she's nearly fighting for 6th place. Zudik's really suffering here.
Combat getting in amongst it with
There's battles all over the place.
Ali having a look down the inside of Zudix. Zudix struggling with that front wing. Puts 2 wheels onto the gravel. He's going to lose out to Combat here as well, you would assume. Zudix tries to keep it up the inside.
Ooh.
There's a bit of contact.
Newell, hello.
Newell's opportunistic, gets in front and gets past Zudix at the same time, does he?
Yep, he's got it.
Yes, he did. Sorry. Yeah, Zudix really struggling with that front end. Probably should have fitted. He's just losing positions here. Hand over fist.
Yes, so perhaps he may have lost more wing than I thought he did. The ball hurt, yeah. He's got the straight line speed and CK, but backs out. He's not going to be able to battle it, yeah.
10 laps remaining. Now Ali on the back of Jez.
Matt and Red Panda both have 3-second penalties and Big Al doesn't. See how that plays in here if you can stick onto them.
So currently the top 6 all on the medium tyre. Newell, the first of the soft runners, right behind Ali as we speak.
Cutting into the medium field. Red hot pair of soft tyres here.
Skins almost got a gap of 1 second. It's out to 9/10.
I think Jess is holding up Ali a little bit because Ali is just right on. His skin sets the fastest lap, 107.5. And Zurich does pit.
And DRS is now available. So, this is the moment. Newell right behind Ali. He's looking to make a move on Jez.
This could be
forces
messy.
him to the outside. Late on the brakes, a bit of a lock-up. But no contact. Newell having a look now down the inside.
If you could just get that turned in a little bit more,
They're
he'd have been
fighting over
fine.
the toe. They're fighting over the toe. Which way are they going to go? This weaving. Jez has got the inside line. They're side by side. Ali having to go to the outside. Still side by side. It looks like he's got the momentum. Newell looking for an opening, but nothing happening.
Yeah, Newell he had a really good exit, but just had to stop
Jez
the
puts
Jez.
2 wheels onto the gravel. But doesn't lose out to Jez just yet. Oh wait. No. Newell did get past.
Eventually, now Combat Red will be looking at Jez as well.
Yep, right on his gearbox.
So those old mediums really making them suffer a little bit. Skins off a 3-second time penalty. That shouldn't affect anything. Matt and Red Panda both have 3-second time penalties.
So they're all on even footing at the moment.
But Big Al behind them does not.
Ooh, saucy.
Seeker making a move on keeper for 9th place as well.
Combat now trying to get past Jez, who doesn't have DRS.
Ooh, it's close.
They get very close.
The tiniest bump there.
Yeah, a little bump, but no damage.
Keeper and Seeker, it's still going at it. I think Keeper does get the place though, for now.
Seeker
Seeker
goes up the
dives.
inside, there's contact, but they keep it on track.
Good try, man, good try.
Let's just jump up to the lead now, as Matt is within touching distance.
Didn't get a good enough run there to try and make a move down this straight. Or maybe
Oh,
Big Al.
It's a big Al. Oh no.
Oh.
I'm not sure what's happened there.
Neither, and I tell you what, it's been a rough day for him having to spin out, pad early because of it, fight back up to second, down to fourth, and then spin out again. Very rough. Not a good day for Toro Rosso, I have to say. His combat rep does make a move on Jez for 6th place. Skin's still in the lead, Matt right behind him. Red Panda 1.2 seconds behind those two. And Ali in 4th place, just 2.8 seconds behind them. Newell still eyeing up Ali, but...
Oh, Matt having a look up the inside of Skins. Has got the move done. And he's got DRS down the next straight. Can Skins stay with him? Now Red Panda has come to join the party.
And once these two start actually battling, that puts Red Panda right into the mix.
6 laps remaining.
Ali and Newell fighting over 4th place. Ali holding on. Jez fighting back on combat. Those softs may have just seen their best before date there. So if Red Panda can just stick onto Skins and just try and stay in DRS, this could be a very interesting last few laps here.
Didn't Combat get past Jez?
Yeah, no, Jez really overtook him in the first hairpin. And Newell gets a 3-second time penalty. He's up in 5th, by the way. A really good fight there, Colin.
It is. As well as Ali up in 4th.
Oh, indeed. I tell you, Matt is just... He's put in a bit of a gap. Didn't quite break DRS, and Keeper just got 2 3-second time penalties there very quickly. And Newell does get the move done, forces Ali off the track there, but gets it done.
He's going to try and see if he can capitalise on the guys in front with the tyre advantage, but he has put 8 laps on those softs, so they will be getting to the end of their lifespan. But still a few laps in them.
Did have a couple of laps of safety car running as well.
That's true.
Yeah, you'd think that they'd be pretty much done after the next couple of laps, and he's got 3 seconds to make up. Meanwhile, Skin's outside of 1 second, but does have DRS here. And Red Panda is really catching up to him. I think we've just made a tiny mistake, Skin, sorry. Yeah,
oh no, Red Panda loses it on the exit of turn 1. He hasn't got the DRS. Does he have the DRS failure?
See here with 3 seconds now as well. Well, if he did have a DRS value, I don't think it matters right now because he's hounded by Newell, who, as a Renault driver, does have working DRS.
So Newell under a lot of pressure from Ali now.
Yes, Matt currently leading, Skin's still 7 tenths behind, he's not breaking DRS. We have to go back 3 seconds to find Red Panda now. He needs to keep his head in the game after that small mistake there. And Newell isn't really catching him. We'll see what happens through this DRS zone. And Ali as well, gotta consider Ali.
So the pressure is starting to build now. He's starting to think, when am I going to move?
Skins has got a good run on Matt here. He may try and he's gone on the outside here.
Side by side. Oh, they always touch.
Good driving there. Skins just didn't quite have enough to get the overtake done there. That's it. I did that same move on coach for 7 laps in a row and coach back in tier 2, and it worked out in the end, so you never know. Last few laps. Combat Red's still right on Jez as well.
On his 13-lap-old softs.
Yeah. Hard to see him making a move, but you never know. Red Panda.
Whoa.
That's big. That's big.
That is big. That is going to hurt.
That's going to slip him down to 5th. And for the lead here. Skins overtakes Matt.
And he's got DRS to try and pull away. How much? He's got no ERS though, Skins. I think he's gone too early. Because now Matt can just sit behind and save and try and make it push.
Yeah, he can almost get enough for maybe a full lap of hot lap, really.
But it's not over yet. Anything can happen.
By no means, and if Newell can just hold on here, I think he's on for a podium. Ali seems to have dropped off from Newell a little bit, but they still have him DRS.
Zudix has gotten past Big Al's Ghost, so our Big Al will be classed as a DNF.
And Newell just went way too deep and he's just spun around Red Panda.
And he's under pressure now from Ali as well.
Does Newell have damage? I can't quite see. No, he doesn't.
Ali goes up the inside, but Newell is later on the brakes. Puts a couple of wheels on the gravel. Ali going up the inside, which will now turn to the outside. They're fighting tooth and nail. It looks like the mediums have the better grip at the moment. The softs are dropping off.
And I tell you, because of that incident, Red Panda may have lost another spot to Jez as well, maybe even combat. At the end of all this. It's very unfortunate for Red Panda because Newell just went way too deep as they into the last lap of the race now. Matt frees teams behind Skins. What can he do? As Matt gets another 3-second time penalty, and that's pretty much it.
Well, we don't know if Skins has got 2 warnings, so
yeah,
just got to go for the on-track win. He goes very late on the brakes, takes that apex, forces Skins to back out. Skins now with the final run of DRS. It's all or nothing. CK80 with a 3-second time penalty.
He spun as well on the first turn.
Oh no.
Does he hold 10th? Looks like he does. Ali makes a move on Newell. Newell's gone off. He holds 4th, does he? Looks like he does. Now, can he stay in range of Ali?
So it looks like Skins has yielded that battle. It's more important to get to the end now. So Matt taking the win in Austria for Red Bull, followed by Skins, then Ali across the line in the other Red Bull, followed by Newell and Red Panda. Jez under pressure, but holding that place over combat.
Combat overtakes
Jumps
Jez.
way up.
And Sea Carrot was in there as well with the pins.
Keeper coming across the line now. And Psycho getting his first points.
Pins might play in here as well.
No. Psycho getting his first points. Well done, lad. Good job. CK unfortunately missing out, and Zudix with a horror of a race, sitting so pretty for so long. Really should have just pitted to replace that wing, but ended up costing him a bag today. But he's definitely got on top of his gear changes, and his speed is definitely improving. So lots of positives there in Tier 2.
Today it's all about Red Bull.
So
2 podium finishes there.
That's it. One with 3 wheels. I have 3 wheels on my wagon. So, great job there. Great driving from all the drivers there. Hard but fair for most of it, from what I could see.
It's a great race.
So Matt there was 6 seconds worth of penalties taking the win, followed by Skins in second place and Ali in third with the final podium position. Just
Ali
missing
was-
out. Newell.
Ali was so close.
Yeah. Just missing out was Newell in the Renault in fourth, followed by Combat, Sea Carrot, Red Panda, Jez getting some good points in eighth, and Keeper ninth, and Psycho, like I said before, with his first points in 10th. And missing out on the points tonight was CK80 in 11th, followed by Zudix and Big Al and Puldino and Saxa all DNF'd. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed it. I believe that concludes round 9 Austria AFR Tier 2 for this evening. So we'll be back on Friday. We have a new series now that the F2 season has been completed. Not sure if Q and I mentioned it, but we will be running an F1 2010 series, but on the 2019 game. So stay tuned for that. The format is yet to be worked out, but we will have that sorted, and we will be streaming on Friday with 2010 cars. So make sure you're there to join us then. I've been Bandcamp, and Jacob Meister's been with me tonight, and we will see you on Friday.